How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Unsigned Pop Punk Podcast. I'm your host, Patrick Ternowski, and with me is Josh from Neutral Snap. Josh, welcome to the show, man.
What's up, man? Thank you so much for having me.
It's my pleasure. For those that can't see, I do have to quickly comment on how much I love your shirt.
Oh
Uh,
my god, I forgot I was wearing this shirt.
his shirt says, "I'm a slut for my girlfriend." I fucking love that. That's so great.
Yeah, I totally forgot. She's flying in tomorrow morning from California, and so I'm picking her up in this.
Oh, I love it. And now this is gonna be, on the webs for her to like really know your commitment
Yeah.
to the bit, especially of the shirt.
100%.
Yeah, I love that. All right, let's talk about your music though. We spent the first 15 minutes pre-recording talking about so much food thing stuff. So we'll get to that. We'll get to that. So you released your latest singles, Danny ACOG and Waltz, like ahead of your new EP. I hardly know her. How the response has been for the new music so far?
Um, Amazing. Amazing. Better than I ever thought that this record would do. When we wrote it and produced it with Rob at Audio Pilot, we kind of
Yeah.
knew we had something special when it was done. So we sat on it for a very long time and like made content around it and really made sure that these songs would hit
Hmm.
in the way they did.
Yeah.
I loved opening up with Danny Acog because that was the first time that we had released something in 2 years, and I feel like that song had the most of like our old sound while
Hmm.
also like showing them the direction we were going in. And I think Waltz is like the coolest song we've ever written, so it was super cool to get that out as well.
Both are really good. I do
Thank you.
like the was it like the tempo change
Yeah.
in Waltz? I think that's really cool. Like
Yeah, that was something super fun. We had always wanted to do that in a song. We had always wanted to make like a weird time change song.
yeah.
And that was like the perfect opportunity to do it. It kind of we wrote it in Fred Mascherino's basement. And just kind of like took each part of the song. Like I remember we had a whiteboard like on the ground
Hmm.
and we just like had scribbles on where we wanted each part of the song to go. And it was just super cool putting that together.
Yeah, and so as you even said, this new EP you collaborated with some pretty heavy hitters, in the
Yeah,
in the scene. You got Rob Freeman,
crazy.
Rob Freeman, a Hidden in Plain View, Tom Denny of a Day to Remember, Fred Mascherino, Take It Back Sunday, The Color Fred, Say Anything. What
Yeah.
what was it like working with them?
It was insane. It was a little overwhelming at first. We had never written with anyone else before this project. All of like our first two albums was just us four. And so we ended up scoring like a writing session with Tom in March, and we had never like really done a writing session before. We had no idea really kind of what went into it. And we showed up to like Tom Denny's house, who like we've listened to as like teenagers,
Yeah,
and he had like the records on the wall, like the Day to Remember records, and it was it was kind of insane. And he's a big dude, like
yeah,
he's the bald, covered in tattoos, like a real scary looking guy. And he walked in and he was just like talking to us about his cats, and he has like
nice.
half a dozen like street cats that he just like feeds. He's like the neighborhood cat guy. He
That's
had some like
amazing.
five indoor cats. Yeah, he's such a cat guy. He's the nicest, sweetest guy. Like we got in and he had a lot of the song kind of like fleshed out. He was like, "This is something that I'm working on," and just like clicked play. And in fact, he was in the middle of like writing a bridge when we got there, and he spent
Okay.
like 20 minutes on the bridge. And he was like, "What do you guys think of this bridge?" And I was like, "This is really cool. We're gonna cut it. We actually don't need it, but it's so good. It's so great." Um, and it started off kind of like in a Day to Remember song, just in
Okay.
its foundation, just because Tom was the one writing it.
Yeah.
And while we were with him throughout the day, like we just like transformed it into a Neutral Snap song. And we did that with Danny Acog and then another song on the EP called FMJP.
Hmm.
He That was the same thing. Second day we walked in and we had told him to listen to this band called No Pressure. We were like, dude, Tom, like listen to No Pressure. that's what we want like a song to sound like. And the next day he was like, yo, I listened to that shit. Check this out. And we like made FMJP. And it was super cool. Tom was awesome. Fred was the same way. Fred was just like the nicest guy, even though like, he has written some of like the best chorus lines that we've heard ever. Um and so we got to like chill in his basement. He really like let us take the wheel too. Like I remember we like started talking to him about something. And he goes, "Why don't you let that? Why don't you just go with that?" He had a lot of direction. Rob, like the best of all. We spent like 10 days with Rob,
Okay.
and he really put the sauce on all of these songs. And I mean, Rob was just the man. He was such a good coach. That's what I've been telling people a lot when they ask me about Rob Freeman, is that he was a really good coach for us,
Hmm.
um, and really kind of like steered us in the direction that we needed to go to like make these songs better, and then also adding his juice on it.
That's awesome. So what made you like go in the direction of working with other writers and things like that, and instead of, going and doing another EP with just you guys?
Right. To be so honest, after we released Happy With You, like we kind of locked in our day job as a cover band.
Okay.
And so for the next year, we kind of locked in. Yeah, sorry, I took the Kleenexes. Um, we sort of like locked into our cover shows and like started making money, and we kind of put writing on the back burner. And we did a tour for Happy With You. We did the country, and we met Scott Waldman, who ended up managing us. And we kind of talked about how we were like, yeah, we could definitely try and write some more. He was like, he ended up setting up all of these writing sessions with us. Well, we
Okay.
met Fred on tour, and he was like, if you're ever in Philadelphia, let's write a song together. And that was like, what do you mean by that? Like, we had never really like,
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
right. We had never really like done like writing sessions and stuff like that. And it was cool. It was very cool to be able to like, because we've written with each other for like 2 albums, like, and we've been best friends for like 10 years. So like sometimes like when we're writing, it's really cool to have like someone who's not in the band who like kind of helps us like guide us through. Because
Yeah.
sometimes we can get so wrapped up in stuff that like we don't get anything done. So it's been very cool to have these like mentors, so to speak, in the
Yeah.
scene, just kind of like helping us create these just bangers. And
Hell
that's
yeah.
what they are, man. These songs are bangers.
They are. I've had the opportunity to actually listen to the whole EP, and it's fucking great.
Thank you.
It
Thank you,
is.
man.
It's really good.
Yeah,
Start to
we're
start to
super
finish.
excited, man. So the last song on the EP, Pat Your Own Back, that was we went into Rob's studio with 5 songs, hoping to come out with a 6-song EP. And that was the song that was completely written at Audio Pilot on
Okay.
like the third to last day of our stay there. And that one I think is our favorite. We actually just rehearsed for a couple of hours for our show on Saturday. I think
Yeah.
we played that song like 4 times. We're like, yeah, let's run it again. It's so
Nice.
good.
Yeah, I liked it. I like that one a lot. I like the dynamics of it, especially.
Yeah. Yeah, we
Yeah.
definitely stepped out of our comfort zone for that one too. It was awesome.
Yeah. Also, like, to take a step back, I want to comment because I was thinking about it, about Fred Mascherino, Uh my favorite of all of the groups that he's ever done is a little known one called Terrible Things.
Oh,
If you haven't heard it, it fucking is so good. Like,
I
it
haven't heard it.
it doesn't get the credit it deserves. I got that their Terrible Things EP, and I listened to that motherfucker like on a repeat. I saw him at like one of the Warp tours that we're on, and like I would just go and like they weren't even playing to a ton of people, and I was like, this is
Right.
insane, because it was him and the drummer from Coheed and Cambria was drumming. It was so good, so cool. Recommend checking that out.
It was wild meeting him because we met him in Philadelphia, and it was a Wednesday show, and there was maybe 35 people there. And one of the 35 people was Fred Mascherino. And so we
he
were like, "Oh, that's crazy."
he's such a fucking cool dude.
Dude,
Such a
so
cool dude.
cool. You like like the nicest guy. I was talking to Hunter DeBlanc from Saturday's Radio,
Yeah.
and we were talking about how he met up with Fred in like an airport,
Yeah.
and he was just like the nicest guy for that split second. He's a sweet dude.
Yeah. Super, super nice. Uh, so you've talked a little bit about like touring around and playing shows. I know you have some shows coming up, but do
Mhm.
you have any tour plans in the works for the rest of the year or next year or anything like that?
Not tours so much, like not dedicated tours, but we're weekend warriors, so we'll
Yeah.
play 85, 90 shows a year.
Oh, damn. That's a lot of shows.
So that is a lot of shows. We love it. That's our full-time job is touring.
Yeah.
So we're going up to New York in September,
Hmm.
and playing with a band called Shower Beers, and then we're playing with
Yeah.
Goalkeeper,
Super cool.
in Philly. Shower Beers is so cool. Did you see what they did with the All American Reject stuff?
I didn't know.
They posted a flyer
Oh,
because
yeah,
All
yeah, yeah.
American,
Yep, I did. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. The
and they ended up like selling out the shows, and some
hmm
people were mad, but I thought it was brilliant.
No, it's
Uh,
brilliant. We actually so we do a fantasy football league every year.
okay.
And they were on our fantasy football league last year. So
Oh, right on. So they also are produced by Rob Freeman.
yeah, yeah. They're
Um,
very good.
they are very good. We have a run with them in New York that we're very excited about. The day before that run, we're playing with Goalkeeper in Philadelphia.
Also great.
Also great. Love Goal. I haven't played with them since we toured with them 2 years ago, and they were awesome.
Love them.
Um, and then we're with Millington in
Love
October
them.
for a couple days. Also great. We love
Yeah.
those guys. We forced our friendship on those guys. My guitarist is like the biggest Millington fan in the world.
I just love
Uh,
ska. Ska is so good, and they do such a good ska.
they do such
You
a
know?
good ska. I think bad ska is really bad.
Yeah. Bad ska can be
Uh,
bad, but like they do really good ska.
they crushed. We were on our way to a bachelor party, and he played one of the songs, and they had just dropped Beatdown Generation.
Okay.
And we were like on our way from Atlanta to like North Carolina, and I think like all we did was listen to Beatdown Generation on the way there. And then we got them to play in like Savannah, Georgia, because they were on their way to Fest,
Yep.
and we all dressed up like Mario characters and went on go-karts
Love that.
and like did real life Mario Kart with those guys. So I'm really excited. They have been doing really well and blowing up
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
Their drummer Nick is a genius behind that computer.
Yeah.
When
That's
we
a
when we did our release plan, I looked a lot to Millington and like talked to Nick a lot about what exactly he did for the release process.
yeah, they're like their new music is just great song after great song.
Yeah, so good.
So you also touched on this a little bit, but I was interested, so other than the Blink-182 cover you did last year and then a
Yeah,
single in 2023, these are your first releases since
yeah.
2021. What was the reason for such a long gap between releases?
Um, we really when we did one album,
Yeah.
in my opinion, way too quickly. Like
Yes.
we just did it so fast. We were like,
Yeah.
okay, let's get another one out.
Yeah.
And to be so honest, like the release process for album two kind of left a sour taste in our mouth.
Okay.
We kind of bit off more than we could chew, kind of made some promises with people who ended up like not doing what they asked. We ended up like losing a bunch of money and
Yeah.
having this PR campaign that just like ended up falling flat because we like didn't have any content to back it up.
Sure.
And so we were discouraged for a while. Um, Happy with You was something that came into Nashville when we were out there. Um, just like trying to get to know people.
Hmm.
And we had Happy with You like done for a while. And I mean, honestly, like like I said, our day jobs are like cover bands. We just kind of like fell into that,
Okay.
and we kept just kind of trucking along. And we're like, all right, we'll release a new song then, and then life happened. And then we released Happy with You. We had a little hiccup with the release. And then we toured for it, and I remember like talking about how like we weren't going to release any new stuff until like we were absolutely ready to like knock it out of the park.
Sure.
So a lot of the gap was just like trying to, and COVID kind of like eliminated a
It did
lot of
a
like
bit of a number.
a bit of a number. So having like one album in 20 and then one album in 2021, we kind of like ran out of steam, and we used 22 and 23. Like I remember 22 and 23, I was like half living in Savannah, half living in New Orleans. We're
Sure.
all just in like weird life stages, and we just kind of kept our heads down and made some money so we could like survive.
Sure.
Uh, and now we're kind of out of those situations, so we're like sitting real pretty right now. And so
You
yeah,
look
we were like
you're
we were
looking
like
real
it's
pretty.
time, Thank you. We ended up meeting when we met Scott, and Scott kind of showed us, the fact that we can like write stuff,
Yeah.
and introduced us to Rob. We like once we like toured Rob's studio for the first time, we were like, okay, like it's time. Like it's
Hmm.
it's time to do this, time to knock this out.
Yeah.
Um and it was awesome. I remember the first time we like wrote with Tom, we like went in and then we left his house and we were all like just so juiced to like keep writing, you know?
That's awesome.
Like it's super cool. Very glad with the songs we have now. I'm glad we waited. I'm glad we didn't like rush and release something.
Hmm.
Um because we had a couple of half songs here and there that we could have put out, but I'm glad we waited.
Well, I mean, just even looking at like your Spotify numbers and stuff like that, it looks like, it seems to be that the break didn't hurt you.
No,
It's like you're still doing really well. Like streaming numbers are really high, are high.
it's very good to like, because we like tour full time, we
Hmm.
always kind of like manage to stay a little relevant.
Yeah.
So we could
Well,
take those hiatuses and stuff like that.
but see right there, that's the thing that a lot of bands don't understand. You can stay relevant as long as you're out there doing shows and doing
Yeah,
stuff. There are more than one path. You don't have to just constantly be releasing content and music.
yeah.
There are other
We've
paths.
we've been really cool about the way we've gone about being a business and being a band, and making this our full time job. JP and I have been doing this for probably closer to a decade
Yeah.
now. Um, 15 years on the 15 years in the band for show. And then get this, we were so like I met he was like one of the first guys in high school I met. And then 2 years after being friends, we found out we were cousins, like third cousins.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Small world.
It's a very New Orleans story. Anybody from New Orleans, well, whenever we tell people that and they're from New Orleans, like, yeah, it makes sense. That
Yeah, that's
happens.
Nolans there. That's some Nolans shit.
Yeah, man, it's been fun. Sorry, I threw away my Kleenex.
No, you're good. You're good.
It's been awesome, man. I've really liked the way we've gone about doing this,
Yeah.
because we're doing like we're able to do this as our job for a very long time, and
Yeah,
we're still able to do it.
which is crazy because I mean that's something that 90% of people can't say.
We got very lucky, in the sense that we happened upon a market that needed us. That like there was a hole in that market and we filled it perfectly.
Yeah.
And now we are just juicing the shit out of that market, man. The
Speaking
the SEC college scene has been so good to us.
speaking of that market though, this my next question kind of goes right into that. When I think of, big pop punk and emo scenes, Louisiana is not really high up
No,
on
no,
my list of places. It's probably really close to the bottom.
yeah.
So with that being said, what what is the scene like in New
Uh,
Orleans?
it's growing.
Okay.
I will say in the last year, it has been really good.
Okay.
Um, a lot of regional bands skip New Orleans all the time,
Yeah.
and crowds are weird in New Orleans. People like sometimes just like don't really go out here, and with the way New Orleans is, like the tourists, it's a tourist town, so a lot of tourists are not going to go see acts.
Right.
They're going to stick to Bourbon Street, and then the locals, you got to get the right room on the right day with the right people.
Hmm.
Um, there's also like a lot of cool small rooms popping up now.
Hmm.
Like there's a spot No Dice that we've been playing at a lot. The Broadside is another one. Gasa Gasa just reopened, and these are all like really small rooms
Sure.
where like the scene is able to grow. But like I saw a band on Tuesday that had 500,000 monthly listeners, and they like showed up in like a massive bandwagon and they pulled maybe 50 people in this 200 cap room.
Yeah.
New Orleans is just a weird bird.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of always been that way. We're very excited about the show we have this weekend, and this year our shows have been awesome, and I think people are starting to go out a little more because these rooms are starting to be a little bit better.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, there's not a lot of regional acts that come through here. I mean, like Hot Mulligan, we opened for Hot Mulligan when they came here in 22, 23, and they played like an 800 cap room and we had maybe like 500 people, which was crazy because it's hot, it's fucking Hot Mulligan.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. New Orleans is just a strange bird. There's no scene out here. We loved
Yeah.
this music. We wanted to play this music. Um, and we've just kind of been mixed bills are huge here.
Hmm.
Love a mixed bill.
Yeah.
I'll do a mixed bill all day.
I think every place should be doing mixed bills
Yeah,
though.
I think mixed bills are awesome.
I mean, that's kind of how, I was growing up in the scene, that's how you had big shows. You had a pop punk band, you could have a metal band, you could have an acoustic band, like all these things, like are just is one giant encapsulation of the scene. Though I feel
Right.
like especially like hardcore and shit like that, or like metalcore, metal, that's different. That
Right.
it doesn't vibe the same. But you
Right.
could have like you like just blanket bands. You could have like A Day to Remember and like Blink-182, or like As They Lay Dying and
Right.
Taking Back Sunday. You can have them. They all, I mean, A
They'll
Day to
mesh.
Remember is basically just
Right.
pop punk with screaming. But I meant to say As They Lay Dying in the first place.
Right. Right. Well, our show on Saturday, it's a three-band bill. One of three is like soul R&B.
Hmm.
Two of three is like shoegaze indie rock, and then
Yeah,
we're headlining.
nice.
Um, and so like yeah, mixed bills all around. I don't think I have like I don't even think I have like a or ever had a straight up pop punk show here. It's always been another type of band. So we just fit in where we go.
Yeah.
And the scene is the people involved.
Hmm.
It's not necessarily like pop punk scene or
Yeah.
it's just a live music scene out here. I will say it sucks that there's no industry out here, especially for our kind of music. That has been very difficult for us. I fear, or I feel that I fear. I I feel like if maybe by like a twist of fate we were like born in like the East Coast, or like you know out in like Philly or something like that, that our music would like resonate a little bit quicker. We have to
Sure.
like kind of get it out of the South before we really do anything.
But so the difference, so from what I can like attest to, is that like maybe and maybe not. Like
Yeah.
I also came from a very small market. I being in Duluth, Minnesota, I've been here my whole life. Like instead of coming out of Minneapolis, if it came out of Minneapolis, we might be just
Right.
one in hundreds. But up here, like we were the big fish in a little pond, you know.
Yeah. We're
So
starting to get that. We're starting to get that kind of big fish vibe. Big Fish
yeah,
mentions. Great
and
movie.
yeah, and that's kind of like what you guys are at. Big fish in a little pond. Even though
Yeah.
New Orleans is like not little, but like see,
You'd be
like me,
surprised. It's the biggest small town in the world, and
yeah.
I've always said that.
But it's one of those things where it's like, because yeah, you could be in L.A., New York, Philadelphia,
Hmm.
Chicago, but then maybe you would just be another lost voice, because there's hundreds and hundreds of bands in all of those cities.
You're absolutely right.
So I think you got a good thing going
I
because of
do.
where
We
you
definitely
are.
have a good thing going. I love New Orleans, and we would never leave. That's the thing. Is that like I know that there's no industry here, but like we're not going anywhere. Like I'm not gonna go move to LA to like try and make it. I'm just gonna try and make it from here, and that
Yeah,
should be okay.
man. And I don't think it matters where you're from, especially like it's
Right.
like if you're, yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know. I could be wrong, but I don't think
So
so.
could I. I'm right
You're
about like 3% of things.
right. I think it just matters that you put it, especially in the age of like we're in it's technology, man.
Oh
Like
yeah,
I don't need to be in the same fucking room as you anymore. We're
correct.
doing this right now. You know,
It
like
has been very cool to like put out music and like put out content and then have people comment on it like, hey, when are you like coming back to Chicago? Or like, wow, like I'm just seeing you from like Philly, like I'm gonna be at your show in New York. And that's always very weird to me because of just how far away we are from everybody.
yeah,
And so it is really cool at how wide a net you can cast with your music now.
totally.
Yeah.
It's universal.
Yeah, for real.
Uh, so what bands or artists not only inspire you, but made you want to become a musician in the first place? Like it doesn't have to be anybody in the scene. Like
Right.
who was the one that made you one day be like, fuck yeah, I want to do that.
Um, so that was Cowboy Mouth. They are a like a New Orleans rock band. The
Okay.
singer actually like went to my high school.
Okay.
Graduated like a year after my dad. And they were big in. They had a couple of like radio hits. They had like Jenny Says.
Okay.
And at the time the or rather at the time I was playing drums. And the frontman was a drummer. And I loved his energy. I loved how he can control the crowd from the back of the kit. And like in the 90s, like Cowboy Mouth shows were insane. Um, and so that was like the first band that made me like start playing drums. And then I saw this other New Orleans band called Flow Tribe when I was in college. So I'd already played a little bit, but I was like the drummer. Um, and when we got to college, I moved to like singer and we got another drummer. And I saw this band in college called Flow Tribe. They're like New Orleans funk.
Okay.
Amazing. I think I saw them in the first year like, 13 times or something.
Nice.
And their front man, Casey O'Rourke, had just like infectious energy. And he was the one who made me be like, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna kind of do it like that. I was like, I would do it like that for sure. And stage presence has always been super important to me. And being a front man and being a front person has always been super awesome. I've I've told other people this, but I find the most inspiration from like regional acts and like I find like my biggest inspirations in like 800 cap rooms or like 200 cap rooms, like to like bands who are like hungry,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Well, yeah,
There's this
you're not big enough to be lazy yet.
right. So you're out there on stage like fighting for every audience member,
Yeah.
and that's cool. And like when I go to shows now at like these like smaller cap rooms, like I'm seeing that. Like I'm seeing them like try like laying everything out to try and win you over. And I think that's super sick. And I think that's the cool part about being like kind of that size band, is like you don't get to be like complacent like these big guys.
Mm-hmm.
And you could see that. And that's always really cool. Like I've always garnered more inspiration from like a club band than an arena band.
Like I know I mentioned them, but like how awesome! Like now they're kind of a bit of a joke nowadays with like what they are. But like, boy, would I love to have seen like Taking Back Sunday back when they were doing like 800 to
Right.
1,000. Dude, Adam Lazzaro was just crazy with his mic swings and stuff. Just he was
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah,
You
the
know?
best like or like you see like very old like Story So Far shows
Yeah, yeah.
and you're like fuck.
Or
Like
Under
that's
Oath. Jesus.
yeah.
Dude, they like
Uh
some of the
JP used to
bands.
watch a lot of Hate 56 videos and I would see
Yeah.
like a lot of like really cool acts there.
Oh yeah. I like
I
Hate
also
5-6 a lot.
yeah, some of that stuff is too scary for me, but
Some of it. Yeah. There's some good shit. There's some good
yeah.
shit.
But yeah,
Uh
a lot of my inspiration like came from like people that I've seen like live when I was like growing up and being like, fuck, how can I do that but better? You know what I mean? Like
totally.
how can I get where that guy is while still
Totally.
being me?
I like one of my biggest inspirations was my best friend Sam. He
Yeah.
was in a metalcore band called Foreknown, and like I would just see him going on tour and shit all the time, and I was like, man, I just like teach me how to do that, how
Yeah.
how to be like that. And he would come to our practices and stuff and be like, do these things, try this, what, and watch your favorite bands, see what they do. Uh, the one person I never tried to emulate a lot. Now, I say a lot because I'm just being realistic. Was Blink 182.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, I definitely dressed like them. I can't
right.
say I didn't. I had the Dickies. I just really tried to not be as obnoxious banter wise because
Yeah,
that was so niche, then it's like you can't not be a copycat.
right. So I saw this band. I went to Warped at Long Beach, um, and this past weekend.
Paradox. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yep.
good. I didn't have to say it.
Yeah. I watched them on TV.
Oh,
and
okay. Yeah,
and I
I
was
saw.
like, I think they're great.
Sure.
But they're like, I really like their music. Like, but
Yeah,
the banter was
and they're young. They'll figure it out.
oh yeah. It
You
was a
know,
little definitely,
they've kind of been swept off their feet a little bit. So I won't
dude,
I won't judge them. I won't judge them for making the wrong calls right now.
yeah, they blew up so fast.
So quick, man.
Like like you could kind
They
of
played
tell.
they played. I think they played a little too big of a stage at Warped. I think
Hmm.
another band probably would have been better there. But they
The
had Travis Barker come on,
Yeah.
so
And
and when he got that, it's like, oh well, okay.
so from what I watched, like they definitely weren't polished, they were definitely really sloppy, but their confidence was through the roof.
Through the roof, dude.
Like
Yeah,
I can't even like it's like that's the thing is like that band has something 100%.
yeah,
They just they just got to do it more,
right. Yeah,
like
they need a polish for sure.
they got to polish it up. They got to like tighten up their performance wise, like, making sure they're in tune, all that fun
Yeah,
stuff.
that was one thing I noticed. I was like, damn, dude, you're on the Warped Tour stage. Stay in tune, bro.
I think this was their first time.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
I
That was
could
like
be,
their first like huge.
I
I think
no,
they
this
went on
is
like a couple
easily
of
their first
runs.
huge. I think this
Oh
is
yeah.
easily their first huge show. I think this is one of their first shows. I that's the I the impression that I got from the performance was that like
Yeah.
this is they're still really really green, which is awesome, cool,
Right. Yeah.
so much room to grow. um
Phew.
Bless you.
Thank you.
But yeah, just
Oh man, this
yeah,
Aleve D is kicking in. I feel fantastic.
good.
But
All
they were
right,
great. I loved Warped Tour. Warped Tour was so much fun.
dude, it looked amazing.
Phew.
And I love that they like streamed it. That's so
Yeah.
cool. Like the fact
Best.
that you could watch I could watch some of it at home.
Yeah, that's sick. The best acts of the weekend were Silly Goose and Sweet Pill.
Dude, I fucking love Silly Goose so goddamn much.
They attacked the stage, dude. It was insane.
They are so Did you see that that Jackson got
That he got arrested at
arrested? Yeah.
Lala. Yeah.
After Lollapalooza, they arrested him. Fucking cops.
Fucking cops, dude.
Like grow up. Go find something to do.
For real.
Like you
Look,
don't
listen, we can spend the rest
yeah.
spend the rest of the podcast talking about how much I hate the police force. But
All right, all right. With that though, I got one more question before we go
yeah.
to a quick break. If you give our listeners a piece of advice that you know now that you wish you knew when you were first starting this musical journey, what would that be?
Stop comparing yourself to everybody. Stop it. That is the mind killer. Comparison is the mind killer. I think everybody in this business is getting by the best way that they can, and they're getting by on what works.
Hmm.
Um, and I think this like this industry has so many paths to success,
Hmm.
and people's time come at different times, but also like this industry is also very fleeting. Um, so like take the success when you have it. Know that it could be gone at any moment.
Hmm.
Um, but like don't compare yourself to others. You're on your own. You're on your own path. You're making your own art with your friends that you should be stoked about. And there's no reason that another band doing quote unquote better than you should bring you down because everything's fake. Streaming is inflated, content is used, with ads, people
Hmm.
get playlists based on who they know. It's just like that's just the nature of the game. And I think if you just keep your head down, you put out good art and you're a decent enough person, like the kind of success that you want is gonna find you as long as you work for it
Hmm.
and like work to it. Um, but nothing good gets done when you're wishing you're another band. You know, don't
100%.
wish you were another band. Be the band you want to be for real.
Hmm. Yeah, it doesn't mean you can't find inspiration in other bands. Obviously,
Right.
everybody does, and you should.
And I
But
think I think competition is good. I think fostering like, some healthy competition among bands is fun and seeing bands reach goals and being like, I want to reach that goal too.
hmm
But, everybody's gonna get there or they're not gonna get there. That's just the way it goes. So don't compare yourself to anybody else because you're doing fine. That was a big thing when I was like, especially before we started writing this EP, I would like see all of these other bands kind of get tapped and get, sent up, start playing big shows and doing big things. And it's all very overwhelming. Everybody is showing off their success at all times. So that's what social media is.
right.
It's just showing the whole world how successful you can be. And I think if you get too like locked into that, if you get too in your head about it, I think it'll keep you from like reaching the goals you want to reach. So
Hmm.
just don't compare yourself, man. You're
Right.
If you're having fun and you're like with your friends and you're making something cool, like don't let another band's success bring you down. I like the phrase "a rising tide lifts all boats." Like, don't be
Yeah.
upset that like your homeboys are like doing better than you.
Yeah.
Like,
Because
enjoy
the
that,
thing,
celebrate it.
celebrate it, and also, that part of that celebration and being friends is like sometimes those friends take you with, or
Yeah,
sometimes those friends help you out.
yeah, man.
If you're a piece of shit and mad and angry, no one's gonna want to help you.
Right. Don't behave like a local band. You know.
Be the touring band you always wanted to be. Act
Right.
like it.
Exactly.
Act like it.
Exactly.
And also realizing though that with social media and all these times, like as you're even saying, like these people showing off their successes, also realize that those some of those successes that you're seeing aren't exactly the truth all the
Right.
time. You know, there's a lot of camera angles involved sometimes,
There's
and
always there's
a
always
little bit of
something, man.
fabrications, but
Yeah.
it's like that, but that's why you don't want to like don't get upset about it. Just
Yeah.
you do you.
Right.
You
Exactly. Exactly.
just
There's no
just
need because if you do you and you're good, then people will see that
mhm. And if they don't, fuck them.
you made something cool out of it. You know.
Yeah, at least you still did what you wanted.
Right.
So hell yeah. And with that, we're
Hell
gonna
yeah.
take a quick break. We'll be right back with our next segment. How's it going, everybody? It's Patrick with Unsigned Pop Punk, and we partnered with GFUEL. And let me tell you, there's no more pop punk drink on the market right now. I don't care what you used to drink at. GFUEL keeps you energized, focused, and hydrated. I just picked up my favorite flavor, Blue Ice. If you go to gfuel.com right now and use code UnsignedPopPunk, you're going to save 20% off your entire order. This tub I have is only $35.99. Now that may seem like a lot, but it's got 40 frickin' servings, which if you think about it in can form, is like 89 cents a can. And they're always dropping new flavors and collabs with some of your favorite animes, video games, and movies. Head over to gfuel.com and check it out for yourself. Let us know what your favorite flavor is. And once again, don't forget to use our code UnsignedPopPunk at checkout to save 20% off your whole order. And we're back. Thanks so much for sticking around. It's time for everybody's favorite segment, the Food for Thought segment. It's time to get hungry, baby.
So
If you
starving.
weren't, well, good. Hopefully, this only makes you more hungry. Now, this first one, I was just going off an assumption that um, you like the same things I like.
Okay.
So, hopefully this works out for me.
Okay.
Okay. So this is gonna be a would you rather. So
Okay.
would you and being from New Orleans, this should hit.
Okay.
Would you rather give up hot sauce for a year
Mm-hmm.
or never eat fried food again?
Hot sauce for a year.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
Hot sauce for a year, 100%. That would suck. Love my crystal hot sauce.
Yeah.
But what? Fried food forever? No.
Fried
That's
food
staying.
forever. Yeah,
Yeah, that's staying.
clearly. Clearly.
Clearly.
Clearly. But, you need that vinegar heat.
Yeah, yeah, I feel that. But I can do without it for a year. I was
Sure.
vegan for a year. I can do anything.
If you were vegan for a year, you sure as shit can do anything. Do you eat a
Like
lot of Oreos?
I dated a vegan. I did eat a lot of Oreos.
Dude.
I brought a pack of Oreos home every single time we went to the grocery, and she was trying to be a raw vegan, so like a vegan that didn't eat cooked food, and
Hmm.
it was like just from the earth. Crazy. And I would just like stay just like having vegan snacks.
So, the only reason I ask that is because every person I know that says they're vegan just eats an obnoxious amount of Oreos, but they're
All you can
vegan.
eat, baby.
But it's fucking Oreos. It's not good for you, but it's vegan.
It's
It's
vegan.
great. And it's like, don't get me wrong, like vegan, nothing wrong with it. I just think you eat too many Oreos.
Yeah,
I
fair.
think you think you need to chill out.
Vegan aside, it's
Vegan
too many
aside,
Oreos.
you're kind of eating too many Oreos. All right. This is a little bit of a thinker, I think. So, if you could cater your next album release party with any food, now you're gonna feed your crowd, okay? What
Okay.
what are you feeding everybody?
Um, I love this question when people like, "How are you going to cater to the crowd of your show?" I'm not. I'm going to give them what I want. Uh,
Well, that's
wow.
fine.
Depending on time of year, I'd love a crawfish boil.
Okay.
Standard would absolutely love like good April show, day show ends at like 5 o'clock, sun's going down, crawfish boil. Um, if I had to cater Saturday show, I'd probably do uh I would do some sort of seafood pop up, anything seafood. Um, and then if you're allergic to shellfish, we will have cheese pizza.
Okay. There
Pizza
you
will
go.
pizza will be there.
Well, yeah,
Um,
there's nothing. The only other thing that comes close to the pop punk food than pizza is tacos. And that's it.
yes, correct. Correct. I would do like pizza and po' boys. And you would just get like a shrimp. You could have either like a shrimp po' boy. Or if you don't eat shellfish, you can have a cheese
Pizza,
pizza.
some pizza. Kind of
Yeah.
like are you going like a good pizza or are you just
I would
getting
go
some
pizza. I
Domino's?
would go Pizza Delicious, which is a pizza shop out here in New
Okay.
Orleans that has really good pizza.
Yeah. What kind of
I would
pizza do they like
like
specialize
like
in?
New York style,
New
like
York style?
flat,
Yeah.
thin crust pizza.
There you
It's
go.
good pizza. Or Motor City Marks, actually. It's like
Okay.
the best Detroit style pizza in New Orleans. I would have
Dude,
that at a show.
dude,
Because that's good. That is good pizza, man.
Detroit style pizza is so underrated
It
across the
is. It's
country.
so underrated.
It's so fucking good.
And I didn't
Um,
even know. I didn't even know about it until like I had the first one and I was like, "Oh my God."
Dude, I don't know if you have this at like a Walmart or anything there, but if so, you should get yourself some Motor City pizza. It's
Okay.
crazy good for like it's like frozen pizza.
Yeah,
I have never had a better frozen pizza than Motor
really.
City.
We go,
It's
so like we do weekends in Oxford, Mississippi, and we go to Walmart and steal a bunch of food. So like that's definitely going in the cart next time.
I'm let me see. Let's Motor City Pizza New Orleans. Let's just see. Okay. Motor City Pizza Company. Um do you got like a Rouse's?
Yeah, what?
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Says Rouse's Supermarkets, Motor City Pizza Company.
All right. I'm gonna make a
There,
trip.
there you go. God, it's so fucking good. I couldn't believe it. All right, we're gonna do another kind of giving up toward sort of thing, but
Okay.
they're gonna be gone forever. Okay, one of
Okay.
them is gone forever. You can only choose one:
Okay.
beignets or king
Okay.
cake.
Wow.
Yeah,
You did your research.
yeah.
Oh man. Here's the deal. You can eat you can eat beignets 365 days a year.
hmm
Okay, but you can only have king cake when it's in season.
Yeah.
So from King Day, which I think is January 8th or January 6th, to Ash Wednesday.
Okay.
That is the only time that you can eat king cake. So when you have it a lot. Wow. That means no more Dong Fong. That means no more Randazzos. We can get away with it, but no more beignets would be tough. I would say, fuck. I would say no more beignets.
Yeah,
Honestly, I
dude.
think I'd put my foot down on beignets because king cake is so good, and like the fact that you can only really eat it. I mean, you could technically eat it all year, but like, what's the fun in that?
Yep.
Like that season, that king cake season, when you have it, everybody has like king cake parties
hmm
where everybody will bring a different brand of king cake. Like there's so much
Okay.
variety in your king cakes, and some of them are, I mean, they're just so good. I would pick king cakes. I would pick king cakes over beignets.
I
I
love
would.
that. I love that I partially broke you a little bit. That made me.
Yeah, that was a thing. That now that was a thinker. That
Yeah.
was that was. I might get some flack for that depending on who I talk to, but God, like a dong fong king cake is one of the best pastries I've ever eaten in my entire life, and I could not give that up. I will have one every year. We wait in a snowball stand parking lot because when in the off season, like in winter, they literally just have king cakes from different stores that they buy up. And like Dongfang is this bakery in the east. It's like an
Okay.
hour away, and they almost always sell out of king cakes at Dongfang. So you wait at the snowball stand in Kenner in your car, and you got to get there an hour before it opens because if you don't, all the Kenner moms are already going to be in line, and they limit it to one per person. So you're counting the people in line to make sure you get a dong fong. When they open, they walk outside. They say, "We have 25 dong fongs. We have so and so this many, so and so this many," and so you count and you make sure that you get one, and then you hold the line. And then you get one, and then you hold on to it tight. That's the best. No, I would take king cake over beignets.
I'm gonna have to try one. I've never had king cake, so
Oh my gosh, it's so good. I'll send you one.
all right. I'm gonna
DM me,
need.
DM me on Instagram in like February and remind me, and I'll absolutely send you one.
Well, it's even better. February is my birthday month, so
Perfect. I'll put a candle in it.
I love it. All right. Last question, our food for thought segment. It's our
Okay.
staple question. If neutral snap was a potato, what kind of potato would you be?
Twice baked, baby.
There you go. That's a good one.
Uh, because I'm baked once, but I'll get baked again for sure. Uh, yeah,
Yeah,
man, we're a weed band. I'd say baked potato.
do I like
Twice
it?
baked potato with the fixins. I like the sour cream. I like the chives. I like the bacon bits. I like
Yeah.
the cheese.
But
You know?
I also love that I think you were the first person that's gone off of this question and we're like when you said potato, like you were just honest with it because I like
Yeah.
myself some fucking weed. No
Oh
one
yeah,
else
dude.
is. They're like baked potato because I like baked potatoes because like my first response to this was also going off of who I am as a person, and
Yeah.
I said couch potato.
Nice.
You know,
Excellent. Yeah.
uh, I went off who I am as a person, and
Yeah, man. And I feel like we were fed a lie that all these rock bands smoke weed because we've been on tour and we've like tried to smoke with bands. They're like, "No, man, we don't smoke." And I'm like, "What? You're in
well,
a rock band."
Well, not, I mean, it's different, in 2025. You're not in the 80s and 90s and even the
Oh
2000s,
man. Yeah, I know.
you know.
It's been fun though. We burn the house down. We
Love
love
it.
weed.
Good.
Yeah, it's a good one. No, we're actually none
Good
of
way
us
to
are
go.
drinkers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
we all
I
we all ditched the bottle. There was a time in like 2017 where we were we were doing everything under the sun.
yeah.
But now that we're all 30,
Yeah.
we've kind of tamed, we've kind of stayed
Mel
in our lane.
mellowed out a little bit.
Yeah,
I can't smoke weed. I get panic attacks,
feel
unfortunately.
that's valid.
It
It's not for everyone.
otherwise I would. I
Yeah,
wish I could. My main thing, and I say this very honestly, if I could, I would smoke weed over anything else because that shit's calorie free, baby. Okay?
it is. Well, not the aftermath of it. Let me tell
Hey,
you,
but that's an option. That's a choice you make.
that's
Um,
true.
if you want those effects from drinking, that's not calorie free.
That is not calorie free. You're absolutely
It's
right.
not. And once you get above 30 and stuff, you want to eat your calories instead of drinking your calories, you
You're
know?
right.
That's I'm a 0 calorie soda person now.
Ooh, you like Diet Coke?
It's fine. But I prefer
Love Diet Coke.
I prefer like the zeros.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
There's Diet Coke coursing through my veins right now.
but I'm also like a cherry, like I like cherry, and they don't really make a cherry
Oh, they
diet
don't.
cherry,
They don't.
but they make it, a cherry zero.
Yeah, makes
So
sense.
so like
Makes sense.
the regular Coke, it's a little spicy, it's a little
Yeah,
spicy.
feel that. Never, not a fan. Uh, my guitarist JP really likes Coke or liked Coke Energy.
Coke
I don't know if
Energy.
you were around for that.
I
Um,
don't.
but he did a lot of Coke Energy, and then that sounded like it was a drug. It was a soda. Um,
Well, there was an energy drink in the beginning called cocaine. I was
yeah,
sponsored by it at one point in time.
same. Hey, you and me both, brother. Like,
Really?
yeah, what I took that train.
the coke, the cocaine train.
Oh yeah, I was a conductor for a long time. Almost killed me.
Oh boy, it's
That's
good
crazy,
time.
man. I feel like especially like I feel like I've lived like 1,000 lifetimes doing this, you know, like playing music. Uh I just feel like I've been in so many different life stages and so many different just situations like throughout my time playing music. It's just crazy. Like 12-year-old me wouldn't even fathom what 30-year-old me has done. Like
Yeah,
just an all
because
around, it's just insane. Like the lives we get to live playing music. It's
hmm
awesome. It's awesome. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. This is my
totally.
favorite. This is my favorite thing to do in the entire world.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think as a musician or an artist in general, I think that's kind of just
Yeah. It's better that
you
I get to
you
do with my best
you
friends,
do
though.
it like you do it because it is the only thing you can think of doing. Like it's the
Right.
only thing you want to do because for most people you're not going to make a lot of money. It's a very very difficult path to go down. It's very expensive to do,
Yeah.
and if you don't love it, like then it's weird that you're still doing it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
So
why are you even here if this isn't the most important thing for you? You know,
exactly.
especially at this level.
Exactly. Yeah. 'Cause there's just so much to it.
Yeah.
All right. But that's the end of our food for thought segment. Now it's
Love it.
time for rapid fire questions.
Friendships will be tested. Rapid fire questions.
I'm down. I'm
This
here.
is it. This goes by pretty quick. You're just going to speak from the heart. You're going to shoot from the hip. Whatever
Okay.
the first thing that pops into your head, even if it's not one of the two options I present to you, you just speak your truth.
Okay.
All right.
I'm
Liquid
ready.
Death or LaCroix?
Liquid Death. 100%. I drank a lot of Liquid Death at Warped Tour, and I was like, this ain't bad.
Dude, it's very flavorful for like a sparkling water.
Oh, I don't even drink sparkling water. I'm talking still water. I
Oh,
don't do
the
bubbles. I didn't
still
know how to
waters.
burp until I was 26.
I still don't know how to burp. I still
Wow.
can't.
Oh my God.
For real.
I got bullied. I got bullied into learning how to burp. My girlfriend at the time was like, "You're an idiot. Just relax your throat." And I was like, "Ugh." And now I did it.
I still don't. I don't know how. It
It's
just
crazy.
happened. If
I empathize with you.
yeah.
I understand the struggle, brother. You'll get there. I promise.
I don't know if I have it in me at this point, but maybe. Okay. Spotify or Apple Music?
Oh man, everybody's gonna hate me for this, but I have Spotify. I know Apple Music is better. Just
I'm. I mean,
I'm on Spotify.
I think most people do have Spotify, but
Yeah, I think in a perfect world where Spotify paid their artists, I'd say Spotify.
100%. South Park or Family Guy?
Family Guy. Family Guy. I was never allowed to watch either one of them, but my brother had Family Guy DVDs in his room, and he had a TV in his room. And so I would like pretend like I'm going to sleep, and then scoot in his room and then watch Family Guy. So yeah, Family Guy for me.
Dude, new South Park, it's out of this world. It's so good.
I've never like turned away from South Park. I'm never like, no, don't put that on. But I've just haven't been around people who've like, let's watch South Park. I just haven't like watched it.
Fair enough.
I'm really big into the show called Revenge on Hulu. Been watching that a lot. So good.
Never seen it.
No, I wouldn't think you had, but it's just very good.
I watch a lot of stuff. You'd be surprised.
It's super soapy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It's like an old CW show.
Oh, okay. MySpace or TikTok?
TikTok. I was born just after MySpace. I wasn't allowed to have a MySpace. Facebook was my first social media. I think MySpace was super cool. Love the nostalgia effect from MySpace. I think it's crazy what TikTok is able to do. And how deep TikTok goes. There's TikTok for everything.
Especially
literally
now.
anything you can think of.
Right.
So I think just like the versatility of it. I would say TikTok over. I don't think I've ever been on MySpace.
That's fair.
I feel like kind of a phony about that, but
That's okay. Yeah. Got another deep cut for you though.
Okay.
So hopefully you know bands on both these, but Drive Through Records or
Okay.
Fueled by Ramen?
If you would have asked me 5 years ago, I would have said Fueled by Ramen.
Okay.
I've been getting very into Drive Through Record bands, mainly
good.
because of Rob, and because of this guy Hunter DeBlanc, who does Saturday's Radio. He is he like talks about Drive Through Records all the time.
Yeah. Loved it.
Was Paramore on Fueled by Ramen, Dan?
Yeah. They weren't Drive Through.
They were? All right,
Yeah,
I
for
lied.
sure.
Fueled by Ramen.
Okay. They weren't Drive Through.
Drive Through Records is good, though.
Oh yeah. That's my jam. That's my jam.
I love, actually, maybe I'll go back because I love Houston Calls.
Houston Calls, The Starting Line, Newfound Glory, The Early
Yeah.
November. So good. Finch.
Yeah, you stumped me with that one.
Census
I'm
Fail.
going back to Drive Through. I'll go back to Drive Through.
All right. I bullied him. Yes.
You got it. You got me out of it.
Got him. Beanies or snapbacks?
Beanies. My head looks like shit in a snapback.
All right. That's fair. Like with beanies with long hair does kind of like
It
it's a
crushes
vibe, you
every
know.
time. Yeah. Can't beat a good beanie, man.
Yeah. Good beanie for sure. Darth Vader or Voldemort?
A Darth Vader all day.
Yeah.
The
Agreed.
coldest to ever do it. Anakin Skywalker, the
Oh, yeah.
fucking beast.
Yep.
He was a chosen one, dude.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
You're
Darth
the
Vader,
chosen one.
And he's just so like he's just like an iconic villain. He's the iconic villain.
Yeah, he is like the villain of the ages.
And J.K. Rowling's a transphobe, so she
Yeah,
can kick rocks.
I mean, nothing cool about J.K.
No.
Rowling. Like the book series, unfortunately, you know, it sucks because it's one of those things where it's like, I want to be able to separate, you know,
Yeah.
the author, because it's like the book series is really great.
Oh, of course. There's some discourse on TikTok right now. Someone's like, she didn't write those books. They were picked on committee.
Like learning how do you create something so wonderful and be such a horrible person? Like I think I'm starting to feel like she might just been the face, but
Right.
I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, we won't see, but
No,
just we won't
that's okay.
see.
It's fun.
But
It's
just,
fun to speculate wildly.
yeah, I agree. All right, last of uh, these questions. We got Good Charlotte or Simple Plan.
Simple Plan.
I think you might have been the first one to pick. No, I don't know.
Simple Plan.
Yeah,
Simple Plan. So good.
It's tough. They're both really good, and they're both really good in different ways.
They are. They are.
Simple Plan is so great because they've always just been Simple Plan.
Right.
They're just start from the first like album they put out to right now. They're just Simple
Exactly
Plan.
the same. Yeah, they're Simple Plan.
They
That's
never
awesome.
they never strayed. They always kind of did. And Good Charlotte is really awesome because their first two albums were revolutionary for the scene.
Yes.
They helped define like our scene. Hot Topic wouldn't fucking be here without Good Charlotte.
You're absolutely right.
Or still have been as relevant because of what they brought to it.
For me, I just love Simple Plan's got the hits for me.
Yeah.
Like they got hit after hit after and their bag goes deep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, Good Charlotte's got those hits too. I think the things that I disliked the most about Good Charlotte is when they went more pop into their pop hits. I didn't think that reach was that they reached too far out of their wheelhouse.
Yeah,
I felt like, but like their pop punk is bar none. Is
that's
great.
Yeah, that's fair. Absolutely, those are good questions.
Thanks.
Yeah. No,
Thanks,
you're
man.
welcome.
Appreciate that. All right, man. But you did it. You finished the podcast. Now a chance can let everybody know. Give a little recap what you got going on, where they can find you, and what.
Yeah, man. So it's a Neutral Snap summer. It's a Neutral Snap fall. I hardly know where it drops on August 8th on all streaming platforms, and we will be around the Southeast and beyond. Between now and December. You can find us on Instagram at Neutral Snap. You can find us on TikTok at Neutral Snap. We have a lot of really cool plans for this release. It's coming very soon. We're very excited about it. And yeah, so you'll see us.
Oh boy, can't wait. All right,
Neighborhood
Josh.
Superstars, baby. You have a great rest of your evening, man.
Hey, Josh, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. This was awesome. It was a lot of fun, man.
Of course. All right, dude, take it easy, man. I'm about to go to this soft opening.
Dude, enjoy your soft opening.
I will.
Everybody, this has been another episode of the Unsigned Pop Punk Podcast. We'll see you all on Monday.
Bye. Have a good day.
Thank you so much for checking out the show. Please hit that like, subscribe, or follow button so you never miss an episode. And thank you to those who already are. Please rate and review the show to help the show be found by new people. And if you're in the position to help us grow, head on over to our website where you can find merch, our Patreon, and other ways that you can help at www.unsignedpoppunk.com. Let us know in the comments who else you'd like to see on the show and what other content you would like to see. Thank you so much for spending your time with us.